season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Huskers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for a crease. It's Baxter. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Using the quick game. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Takes the handoff. It's Baxter. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. On the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option. The quarterback
breaks into the open. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Still looking on the move. He's got the tight end. Goes to the end zone, and the ball's out. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on touchdown Longhorns. Excellent pass by the back on the option. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
How impressive has this offense been just hogging the ball? They've just been eating away at the clock. They've been matriculating the football down the field. And here they are scoring a touchdown on their opening possession. The opposing quarterback's like, bro, when am I going to get the ball? When do I get a chance to take the field? That was crazy.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. To the air, it's Raiola. With the catch, it's Ives. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Bell. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Quarterback making adjustments. They just keep firing. Going to take a shot at this DB. He's got it on the outside. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
Well, that receiver, he knew he had to get his head turned around quickly. He's running the curl route against zone coverage, but he knows his quarterback is going to be firing that ball into him. It's a rocket pass. He's able to make the catch and get the first.
Soft spot in the middle.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. To the air, it's Raiola. Looking to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
And the Huskers looking to convert on 4th down. The offense changing the play. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker. Fit it in the window for the score.
Tight ends can be the quarterback's best friend down in this area of the field. When the windows get smaller, you need bigger targets. No better option than the big tight end.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Texas offense back on the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. To the ground with the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a cure.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. What a nice play on the pick. Didn't find much running room. They'll let it slide. They've got it at the 29.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and all slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
The Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls and throws up the RPO. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhusker! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. If you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 15 duel. Let's get right to it. Ohio State is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to LSU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The inside handoff. Makes a man miss. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Clark. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Starts to scramble to the left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that, got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
Shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half, as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Wants to return it. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. 'Cause 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 'c get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Back to pass, it's Raiola. It's on target and complete.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Cornhuskers can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. DB's right up on the receiver. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense got it. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
He's not afraid to go deep. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
And the Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Power football with the run. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Huskers getting set on 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Fires to the middle. Connection to the right. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Man, come on, bro. That's bullshit.
In the end zone to give them 6. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum and rivalry.
That's some weak ass shit, boy.
First thing to break your way from.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now
God damn, bro.
Game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Temple. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Texas offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. Oh, he's got some space. Smashes through the tackle. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll run it from the gun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Runs through the tackle. Finds a crease at the 20. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. out of the gun. The inside handoff to the running back. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On to attempt the try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Right down the middle. Finds a man on the left. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Hits him in stride.
Hell no.
And he defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. The Little Red's probably turning into Big Red with pride right now with this performance he's turning in.
And, man, he is in his bag. He's running it. He's throwing it. This defense is like, habit, what? Which way do I go? Who's got the football? He is setting this defense on fire.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. Smashes through the tackle. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some...
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Or this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw in that blitz, they had no shot at blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Here comes the heat. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And that's your goal.
Same destiny. Gotta stop it.
Get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
It'll be 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving a change impossible. Looking for a man. It's Tollefson. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. Attack. Touchdown, Nebraska. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back.
Just to shade inside.
And make this game almost
so good.
Almost out of reach.
Rookie quarterback. Bad decision.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those things. And the ball's out, and they're after it. And they fumbled the thing out of bounds, but they maintained possession, but it'll be right at the previous line of scrimmage. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Gets the back moving. Back to pass on 2nd down. At the 40, there he goes. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Dropping back, it's Tollefson. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field.
There he goes. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
Across the 25, he's got room. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield. Firing to the right, complete. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. So the first step of that was fine. They made the pass and catch, but no yards, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I don't know if they were anticipating pressure on that play and they just want to get it out of the hands of the quarterback quickly, but whatever they were thinking did not work.
Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Going over the top. Makes the grab inside the 30.
Hey, that's how we do. Shit.
They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the 4th quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not interested in running clock, interested in making a point.
The defense blows up the ISO play by getting penetration right up the middle, and that forces the negative play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend, don't break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They are having none of this running game down on the goal.
Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all 3 phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late in the season.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.